welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. This is a work day in my life. I'm so happy that you're here. I tanned my face last night using the Isle of Paradise self-tanning drops, which, by the way, somehow I ended up on their PR list. I'm not 100% sure how that happened, but I'm not mad about it. And every morning after I use them, I always need to wash my face because I find that if I don't, then when I put makeup on top of it, it'll look a little blotchy. But if I wash my face, then it looks totally fine. My name's Danny, by the way, if this is the first time that you're seeing one of my videos. If it is, make sure to subscribe. There's going to be so many fun things happening this year that I don't want you to miss out. Did you just hear that voice crack? Excuse me? That I don't want you to miss out on, aka me moving to New York City, probably in late August, early September, which is crazy. But for those of you who have seen some of my videos before, you know that I start every single day by making my coffee. That is not original. This is not a hot take. However, I've recently discovered that my family has a milk frother. So I've been having a lot of fun making all these different recipes, and today I want to try something a little different. Okay, never mind. I pretty much ended up making the exact same thing that I normally do because I didn't have the ingredients to make what I wanted to make, but that'll happen in the future, I promise. And now I'm gonna make some breakfast. Just as a little context for those of you who might not know, I work at a New York City tech company. I've been working there since early December, and it's crazy that it's already been, what, 3-4 months? Time really has flown by so fast, and I've been working remotely since I started this job in December, but I went into the office for the first time last week, and I vlogged the entire experience for you guys. It was just a really special thing for me to be able to do, and I really like how the video came out, so make sure to go watch that if you haven't done so already. But since December, I've kind of just been going through the motions of what is my first real job. I mean, I've worked 3 internships in the past, all of which were in advertising. So I've definitely done a bit of a career switch from what I thought I would be doing, but it's been a really, really great learning experience for me, and I'm really enjoying it. Now that I finished my breakfast, I'm going to get my face ready for the day. I don't wear makeup every day by any means, but when I'm filming or when I have a big meeting or I just want to feel extra productive, I like to wear makeup because it makes me feel good. But I talk about that a lot in my work and morning routine. So if you guys haven't seen that, also make sure to go. I could just have a playlist down below if you want to watch it, but I talk about that a lot, and also how I wake up super early so I have time to do all the things that I enjoy before getting started in my workday. This feels kind of unbelievable to say out loud, but I technically work 2 full-time jobs. I have my 9-to-5 office job, and I also have YouTube, both of which take up a very large chunk of my time, and I get a lot of questions from you guys asking how I'm able to manage both of those jobs in addition to a social life. And to be fair, I haven't really had much of a social life, period, because of COVID, but I can imagine that once the world starts to go back to normal a little bit more, it's going to become increasingly more difficult to manage all 3 of them. And of course, I don't have any secrets. I don't have like the secret formula on how to manage all 3 of these things, but I have found some things that have worked for me, and hopefully they'll work for you guys. All right, so the first thing that's been helping me a lot when it comes to balancing everything in my life is making a list of priorities. And just as a little bit of context for you, my working hours for my office job are typically 9 to 5 or 9 to 6, depending on when my first and last meeting is. Sometimes I can work as late as 6:30 or 7, but regardless of what hours I'm working, that is company time. And that is time that is only dedicated to me handling tasks at hand and attending meetings on my calendar and making sure that I'm getting done everything that needs to get done. But the hours before 9 and after whenever my last meeting is technically my time. And of course, I would love to be able to use that to relax, but because I do YouTube, that is the time that I have to push out content and communicate with my YouTube manager and work on brand deals. And of course, it's exhausting, but it needs to get done. So because of all of that, I have been making priority lists recently, and what I've been doing is breaking out these lists based on time frame. So what I'll do is I'll make one list for the hours of, say, 7 o'clock or 6:30, depending on when I wake up, to 9, and then 9 to 6, and then 6 to when I go to bed. And I list out different priorities for all of those different time frames, whether it be YouTube work or things that I have to do for my office job or things that I want to do in my social life. I write write it all down and I make sure that it all gets done. Doing this definitely helps me because it allows me to see everything that I have to get done all in one place, and there really is nothing more satisfying than being able to cross something off a list once you do it. And there really is less pressure when you list it out in terms of priorities, because as long as you get all the high priority things done, if there's something low priority that you didn't get to, that's totally fine. You can just push it off to the next day's list and maybe rank it a little higher in the list. That way it actually gets done. So just to give you guys a little insight into what my day is gonna look like, even though I'm taking you along during the entire thing so you'll be with me, I can read off a little bit of my priority list for the day. So for the morning, of course, I woke up this morning around 6:30, which was quite early. So of course I had to make a coffee, although that was not on my list. But the first thing that I needed to do was start off this video. Done. And then I had to send over Instagram analytics to my manager for a potential brand deal. Also did that. She's on West Coast time, so it was probably sitting in her inbox way too early, but it's fine. At least I got that done. And then I had to make an outline for a future video that I'm filming, as well as clean my room. Of course, I think the first three things are much more high priority than cleaning my room, but I was able to do that as well. And as for my workday, I have quite a few tasks that I need to do today during the workday, and I know I'm gonna get all of them done. I am actually feeling really good about all of them because it allows me to be pretty creative, and I think it's gonna go really well. So all of that is on my workday to-do list, but I don't want to get too specific about those things just for privacy reasons. And then for after work, whenever that time may come, I need to film a sit-down video, which is mainly the reason why I did a full face of makeup, because I'm hoping it will hold on by the end of the day. And then I need to solidify my plans for the weekend. I need to edit a video. I need to make a thumbnail. I need to make appointments for the weekend and early next week. And then I'm hoping to be able to hang out with my best friend Amanda. So that's definitely a lot to get done, which is why we need lots of caffeine and to have our priorities straight. I would be lying if I said that it doesn't get stressful sometimes. Of course it does, but this is also something that I don't love complaining about because I know how fortunate I am to be in this position, and I would be much more unhappy if I had nothing to do in my day than I am right now having tons to do in my day. So speaking of, I have to get started in my workday in just about 20 minutes, so I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Yet another thing that I've been doing recently that's really been helping me stay motivated and also just do better work in general is using the Pomodoro technique. The first time I heard about this, it was in one of Natalie Barbu's videos, and she was talking about how she wanted to try it. And since starting this new job, I thought it might be something that would help me. So essentially what I do is I go on YouTube and I type in 30-minute timer, and I find one of these videos that in total is 6 hours and 30 minutes long. But what it does is it gives you 30-minute intervals, and in between each interval, it gives you a 10-minute break. So it kind of just allows you to rest a little bit and not grind out all of your work all in one session. And what I like to do is dedicate a different task to each 30-minute interval. I find that this definitely helps me stay motivated because sometimes when I have a lot on my plate, I can jump around from task to task and get more overwhelmed. But with this, when I try and dedicate one task to each interval, it allows me to work a little bit smarter and also prioritize my time a little bit more. So I currently have 1 more minute of my 10-minute break. I think I'm going to do 1 more 30-minute interval. I think I can get everything done within the next 30 minutes, and I still haven't eaten lunch. So I'm going to do all of this, cross my fingers that I get it done in 30 minutes, and then we can go eat something. 30 minutes later, and I didn't finish what I was doing, but I have 8 minutes left in this break, so I'm gonna go grab something to eat really fast. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm going to put some water to boil right now, and we have some leftover pasta sauce that my mom made last night. So I think I'm going to leave this water to boil, go upstairs, work for like 5 minutes, come back down, put my pasta in the thing, and eventually we'll have lunch. It might end up being around dinner time, but eventually we will eat lunch. Better late than never. Finally ended up making myself some lunch, even though it is very much 4:35 p.m. right now, and I still have quite a bit of work to do. But before I get back to it, I want to play a little game with you called Guess How Many Steps Danny Has Taken Today. I'll give you guys a second. Comment down below how many steps you think I've taken by 4:30 on a work day. Have you guessed? Are you good? we're playing this game together. I'm like very much putting myself on blast right now, but it's fine because I feel like some of you guys will be able to relate to this. I have taken a total of 180 steps today. You heard that correctly, 180. It's 4:30. When I was in college, I would have taken at least 6,000 steps by now because I would be walking to class and hanging out with my friends, but no, now I'm sitting in this desk all day, working, not going anywhere. Plus, it's like 20 degrees outside. I couldn't have gone for a walk even if I wanted to. It is 6 p.m. on the nose and my workday has officially wrapped up. It was such a good day, honestly. I did so much work, and I think once it comes time for all of the work that I did today to be approved, it's gonna go really smoothly. And I'm kind of excited about it, honestly, but that's not something I have to worry about till Monday. I'm just feeling really proud right now and very accomplished, and I feel like this is the perfect mindset to be going into the weekend with. But I was just looking over my priorities list that I made this morning, and the number one thing that I told myself that I wanted to do after work was film a sit-down video. And the one thing I am so not in the mood to do right now is film a sit-down video. So I'm very lucky that with YouTube, I'm able to make my own schedule. And I think I'm gonna make the executive decision right now to push this schedule into Saturday and not film another video today because I am simply not in the mood. I've been home alone all day, and I also haven't had any human interaction other than my parents in quite a few days. So I'm going a little stir crazy, needless to say. So my best friend Amanda is gonna come and pick me up right now, and I think we're gonna dye her hair. Now, how is this gonna go? Honestly, I'm not too sure, but it's gonna be fun regardless of what the outcome is. If you guys have seen Amanda, she's pretty blonde, and I've always said that she would look really, really good with dark hair, and of course, we're not gonna like full send it tonight without even knowing what it's gonna look like, especially not doing it professionally. So I think we're gonna look for that root touch-up spray that I think is by L'Oreal, I'm not 100% sure, and just spray her entire head and see how it looks. So let's go, come on.
Don't you get it by now? Tell me what you learned in grade school. Give it to me like you want it. Did you forget that golden rule? Why is our love it one-sided? It should really be give and take.
Well, my friends, it is 12:34 p.m. and I just got home, a.m. and I just got home from my night. I didn't really end up doing too much vlogging, mainly because I didn't bring my camera with me, but I got some clips on my phone. Amanda and I went to Target and got some stuff that we probably didn't need, and then we went and got some sushi, and then we just went back to her house and watched Sex and the City. But tomorrow has the potential of being a very interesting day. I have plans to meet up with a friend from college, which is gonna be super fun. I haven't seen her in forever, so that'll be really cool. And then I might be, I don't know if I'm gonna keep that in, but I might be doing something afterwards, and there probably won't be updates to come, but just in case there are, make sure to follow me on Instagram because I always like to do more fun updates on Instagram. But I'll talk to you guys very soon in my next video. Thanks for watching this one. Love you.